good evening. It's Kate Bolt, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the UK, bringing you another Facebook Friday Live. Oops, sorry about that. Lovely to have you with me. I'm just checking that I've got all this right on my screen. And I'm kind of holding you up in the air. So anyway, I'm going to pop you in the tripod maybe. I think that would be better. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, and I'm going to wait a few minutes to see if anyone hops on. If you're here, do let me know. Hi, Linda. Lovely to have you. Oh, I'm all rosy faced. I'm not sure why that is. Oh, hang on. Sorry about my thumbs getting in the way of the camera. Trying to do it so I don't. It's really hard. Hold on there. Just 1 second. There we are. That's a bit better. Hello, Mum. Hi, Linda. Technology. Hi, Carol. How are you? Let me take my glasses off. There's a lot of glare. How are you? I hope you're well. Has your week been nice? I'm just going to check on my laptop that I'm live in the right place. Do give me a second there. I've popped it out of the way so that it's not quite so in the way of everything we're doing with crafting. Let me just pop it on. So, yeah, I think I am, but let me just get page refreshed. Here we go. Hello. Hi, Linda. Hi. I know, I'm all red today. Hi, Shirley. I'm not sure why I'm red. There's not been any sun to be in. Yeah, I'm not moving on my thing, but I'm pretty sure I'm live. Yes, there's not been, I don't know why I've got red cheeks. I'm not sure what it's all about, but how lovely to have you here with me on a Friday evening. We've just had our dinner. I had a nice early dinner and I'm ready to do some crafting. So it's been so lovely. The children are on their Easter holidays. Well, that's Jacob. But Sarah and John are obviously on their Easter holidays from uni as well. So it all feels a bit relaxed in our house. My husband took this week off too. And so, yeah, it's been lovely. I've not done very much at all. I did a little bit of crafting for a big event I went to last night, a virtual, which was fab. Loved that. Nice to have somewhere to go to, if that makes sense. It was so nice. I really enjoyed it. I could see lots of other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators' faces that I know, and I could connect with them. And yeah, it was so nice. Hi, Joe. Hi, Jen. Hi, Philomena. Lovely to have you. But other than that, I have done very little all week. I came to you with coffee and cards on Tuesday, and then it's been so nice because not even with no school run, you know, it's been like we could roll out of bed at 8 or 9 o'clock but not have to like hurry. And oh yeah, it's been so relaxed. Hello, Mum. So yeah, I haven't done very much at all, and it's lovely to get back into my craft room tonight. I was in here yesterday creating a card, but not done a huge amount since. So let me know, what have you all been doing? Have you done anything good? Because I know obviously we're all on leave. I'm kind of on holiday this week, but not really doing much. Have you done anything nice? I love reading your Facebook post, Joe, every day. I love seeing what you're up to, and your bird camera is amazing. If you've never seen Joe's Facebook posts, have a look at her Facebook posts every morning, and she sometimes has hedgehogs who visit her overnight. She's got a little hedgehog cam, and she posts videos and pictures of the birds in her garden, and they're fab. Love that, really do. Just gonna grab a drink and then we're gonna do some crafting. Oh, so I've got a countdown to freedom on my fridge. Way back when Boris Johnson gave us our roadmap to freedom, my daughter went online and she printed off this roadmap to freedom, and it's just a little checklist of what we can do on what date, and she's ticking off the days. It's one I'm going to keep for sure to put in my scrapbook. But yeah, so the robins were very funny, weren't they? Joe had a pair of courting robins flying around her garden, which was lovely. So the countdown to freedom. So on Monday, that's the 12th, this Monday coming, we're going to get an international travel plan. So that should be really interesting. And I'm looking forward to hearing about whether the university kids are going to go back or not. The swan now has 6 eggs. Carol, that's fantastic. So the swan is nesting in their usual spot down by the lake. And when I was down there the other day, I knew that she had 1 egg, although I couldn't see, but somebody had posted a picture of one. first, but now you've said she's got 6. That's so exciting. I need to start doing a bit more walking and I can go around and have a look at what's going on. So those of you who don't know, I live by the lake. I live by a big lake, 2 lakes, and there's a lot of wildlife around there, and we love to see all the birds hatching in the spring. And Carol lives literally in the same village as I do, around the corner, and it's lovely. Right, now I'm going to be using the Forever Fern stamp set tonight to do some simple stamping with. Now, this I know is a really, really popular bundle. It's absolutely stunning, and for whatever reason I didn't get it in the annual over the last year. I have no idea why. It's beautiful. Just had so many other things to play with, I think. And then Jen, who's watching tonight, Jen got it, and then she loaned it to me to play with. And so we are going to be playing with this Forever Fern. Let me turn this around so you can see this. I now know how to do it. It's getting it back is the thing. So the Forever the Forever Fern stamp set, these images are to die for, and then there's a beautiful die set that goes alongside it and a really beautiful embossing folder. And there were papers as well that went alongside this. They have retired and are no longer available. This is gorgeous, this bundle. And I found out our CEO of Stampin' Up did a little Q&A session, a fun one, and she's often on her Facebook page going live, and she did a fun question and answer session recently, and one of the questions was, what's the most popular stamp set that we've had this year? And for the whole of the last year in the UK, this was the most popular bundle for the United Kingdom region. So anyway, Jen lent it to me, and I thought I'd have a little play with it with you tonight. Let me just see if I can come out of this now. Flip it back. Hi Elaine. Let's see if anyone else has joined us. So yeah, so we're going to play with that. Just one simple card for a Friday evening, and then we can all go off and do what we're going to do and relax. And I've got lots of planning for what I'm coming up with next. My coffee and cards kits for April went out, and you're all joining in with those. We've done our March monthly class, and I know what I'm doing for April, and I know exactly what I'm doing for May because I've ordered it on my pre-order. So watch out for those classes coming up. That's all the news. I don't think I've got any more news from Stampin' Up, except for I'm impatiently waiting for my catalogues. This is my copy, and I've marked it with all these sticky tabs with all the lovely things in there. So as soon as my catalogues come, they will be straight out in the post. But there's no other news. But I think it's time to crack on with a bit of stamping. Put those on the floor out of the way. The bundle is amazing, isn't it? Right, now this is the hard part. I'm going to try and turn the camera around, and it's always a little bit awkward, so please bear with me. Here we go. Let's just try and take you out of the tripod. It's always a bit awkward. I don't want to cut you off. Let's turn that around. And then I need to turn my tripod around also. So there must be a better way of doing this. I just must research it. Thank you so much for being patient. Let's see if I can get you popped in the tripod. I should turn Siri on and play with the volume. But you know, it's all good, isn't it? If I bring that up there, is that a much better view? I want it straight. Okay. Let's go for that. Hope that's okay. Lots of cardstock out. Here's the bundle. This is the stamp set that Jen has it's going on my order. I only had to play with it once and I'm absolutely in love with it. This is the embossing folders. I'm not sure if these are carrying over. I will check for you now in the new catalogue. Those are them, and we'll be using that beautiful one there. They are gorgeous. I'm hoping they are, because I like those. And these are the dies. These are the dies. Let me make sure There we go. I want to keep them all nice, because they're not mine. Aren't they beautiful? So we're going to be playing with this. Just quickly check in the new catalogue. I can't show it you, I'm not allowed, but I'll soon be able to show you when it goes live. Let's have a look. Page 154. Oh, I don't think it is in the new one. No. Right, I need to see if I can get my hands on that one. But there is a similar kind of looking one with beautiful foliage on that might work just as well. So anyway, right, let's go for this. This is definitely in the new catalogue, and it's definitely in the current catalogue. Okay. So let's see, I've got some Whisper White to, if you want to know the difference between Basic White and Whisper White, we recently changed our white cardstock supplier. We're a very fussy bunch at Stampin' Up, and it's a big thing, the white cardstock, because it needs to be pressed really smooth for stamping. It's not any old cardstock, so changing supplier was a big deal. And now we've got something called Basic White, which is this one, and it's brilliant. So let's have a look. I've got Basic White thick, and I've got Basic White regular, and then I've got a piece of Whisper White, and I can't see a huge amount of difference in the colour in those, so that's really good. That's going to be my piece for scrap, and I need a thick piece for my card base, so let's go for that. Let's bring my trimmer in. I'm going to grab a bit of washi tape if I can. Oh dear. Because my grid paper's moving around, which is very annoying. So if you love the Forever Fern bundle, I would grab it while it's still a bundle, because I am not sure. I will check some of the bundles. When you buy a bundle, it means a stamp set and a die, or a stamp set and a punch. It's usually a stamp set and a cutting tool. So if you buy a bundle like that, when it first comes out in the catalogue, you can buy them separately, but you can also buy them together as a bundle, which saves you 10%. When they go over to a new catalogue, sometimes they go over as a bundle, but generally they don't, so you don't save that 10%. So if you want them as a bundle, I would get them now. I will check for you though, just to check to see. I'm going to make my card base out of Whisper White, Basic White thick. So I'm going to score it down the middle at 10.5 centimetres. Let's move it down so you can see. And then I turn my cardstock around. This is regular A4, and I'm going to cut it at 14.8 centimetres. I've got a bit of washi tape stuck to me. Let's make two Basic White card bases. There we are. Is that how you make yours? My card bases are generally the same. I like to keep it pretty uniform. Okay, and then I'm going to take a piece of white and I'm going to make another layer. So a piece of regular Basic White card. I'm going to make another layer. So I'm going to bring it down by 0.5 centimetre, so that's 10. And it'll be 14.3 that way. Is it already 14.3? It is. Okay, so that's that piece. Okay. And then, I do believe I have here's the card sample I made. And I'm not sure how big that was. Was that middle panel about 8? Let's have a look. About 8.5 centimetres. So let's grab another piece. And it needs to be 8.5 that way by the length of my layer, which was 14.3. Okay, so now we can see how these pieces, all these different white pieces are going to fit together. That's my spare one. Right, So I've got my layer that goes on top. Not that you can see very well because they're the same colour. And then I've got my piece. That's it. So that's how that's going to fit. So I've brought in another embossing folder just to add a little bit of texture to my first layer. And that's the subtle, even if you can see that very well, it's called the Subtle 3D embossing folder. This one is retiring. I absolutely love this one and I will not be losing it. I'll be hanging on to mine. It is so useful. So I'm popping it in. So if you want that one, I would grab it now before it's gone. As far as I'm aware, you can still get it. But things do go quickly when they retire. Right, I'm just going to pop it through my cut and emboss. Here we go. I love an embossing folder though. This one's really subtle, but you can add such a difference to your card with one. Ooh. And I'll show you what it looks like. It's this really subtle one. It almost looks like that old basil cardstock that I used to get a lot of for my scrapbooking when I used to do a lot more of that. And it just gives that really subtle textured look. So that's my layer. And then this piece that's going in the middle, I'm going to put through this embossing folder that goes with the Forever Fern stamp set. It's called, I don't know, it's just called stamp embossing folder. It's called the Greenery. Oh, Kate. Hello everybody who's just joining me. It's called the Greenery embossing folder. So I'm going to put my piece in and it actually fits perfectly. Look at that. So that's 8.5 centimeters along this way. All right, and I'm going to put it near the top so I can put in the pieces that I want, or I can, hang on a minute, I can kind of line it up with the image here to show the bits that I want to see, and then I can pop it through my cut and emboss machine. Let me just grab the different bits I need. Different sandwiches. It tells you on your base plate what you need. So I need a standard embossing folder. I need number 1 and the 2 clear plates is what I need. So let's make sure I've got the right things. I'm glad about that, Mum. I felt a little bit the same, bless him. But we've had it on a loop all afternoon. And yeah, it is a little bit of a break from it, bless him. I do feel for his family. You know what, it's very hard and it's difficult because some people might say, oh, well, if somebody passes away and they're very elderly, like Prince Philip, you know, he's had a good life and all of that. Well, that's absolutely right. And I completely agree. I sometimes wonder though, you know, when we lost Grandma, that's my great grandma, she was in her late 90s. And I sometimes think that, you know, it's harder the longer you have someone. It's harder. I don't know. I don't think it makes it any easier, put it that way. So I think my thoughts go out to them. But it is refreshing change to move away from the TV with it all on. Isn't that gorgeous? That is stunning. I hope that's still available. I want that embossing folder. So this is going to go on here. And isn't that already a beautiful front to that card? It's so pretty. I love it. So now we're going to do the fun bit, which is the stamping. And I've just got one card for you tonight, but I think it's fun. Could be endless possibilities with this stamp set, I think, which is why it's now I have to have it. Have to have it. Okay, let's see what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this one. And there's one that looks like, I don't know what they are. I suppose they could be berries, and I'm going to use them like berries, but they almost look like those, what's the name of that plant, Mum, that was called a 2-penny plant or a penny plant? It almost looks like that. Somebody might tell me. And what other one am I going to use? Something with a big fern on it. I think I'm going to use, let's have a look. What did I use on mine? I used that. I used this one, so perhaps we'll go for the same one. I used this big one, but I was quite tempted to use that one, but I think we'll go. There's so many to choose from. They're fab. And you could put on as many or as little as you like, I suppose. I'm going to grab a big block for that one. And what have I got? That will fit on there. Just about. Let's stick it that way. I've got a big one here. That should do us. Okay, let's stamp 2 of each of those out. Penny tree. I think that's probably why that's what I know. It's probably what you told me. So, Granny Apple Green. I think we'll change it up a little bit and I'll do the big one in Granny Apple Green. And it's almost like a watercolour image. Some of the parts are more defined than others. Like that. Let's get that good stamp. Isn't it beautiful? I don't really mind that I've pressed quite hard and I've got a little halo because I'm going to cut it out with a die. See. Oh. The bundles are available and so are the embossing folders. Jen, that's brilliant. Thank you for that information. I will be going in there to get both of those things because I need it. I need. Ah, right, okay. I can do so much with this stamp set. It doesn't look gorgeous in the blue. That's just Night of Navy I've chosen to do it in. Let's make the most of my paper. And I didn't bring my stamping scrub, but never mind, we'll clean them up afterwards. Now what colour am I going to go for? Garden green or just jade? Do you know, I think I'll change it up and go for just jade. You couldn't find the bundle. That's okay. Thank you for looking, my lovely. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Love that. I haven't got the comments on my, just got them on there. Yes, that's fine. Right, let's pop that over there and move these out of the way before I stick my hand in. All I did was, thanks Philomena, they are, aren't they? I just grabbed some from my stack. I have my little stack of ink pads behind me. And I just grabbed some and went for it. And then I brought the blue in. I think it's nice just to grab them and experiment because when you look at the nature and greenery, they are all different colours, aren't they? I don't think you can really go too wrong. So let's grab the dies out. Gens are all neat and I'm making sure I'm keeping them nice and neat. Right, let's have a look. So, what have we got? This one. This one fits on this one. I love how they fit so perfectly. Look. That one. I'll have a bit more tape so it doesn't move on me. Like that. And then I'll do one of these. That one. I do like the little stamps because this one has 2 and there are 2 dies on this small one. So you can cut 2 out at a time and they're kind of facing each other. They're not exactly the same. And then there's this one. So I'll do that one first because that'll make life a little bit easier. That's that one. And I think we're done. We're going to pop it through the, I'm going to pop it through the die cutting machine. Right, I've got the big stamping, cut and emboss machine. Does anybody own the little one? Let me know if you do and what you think of it. Because I am contemplating getting it especially when we, because it'll take up less room in my craft space, but especially for when we start doing in-person events again, because I'd love to be able to use dies at coffee and cards. Wouldn't that be fun, ladies, when I come out to do it face-to-face events? And I think it would be such a little compact machine, I could carry it about. Tell me if you own it. I've heard lots of good things about it. Let me, so it's its little buddy. It's the same, but it's just a smaller platform space. And some of these dies are made to go through it, look, embossing folders. So this one is made to go, sorry, I'm not doing very well. This one is made to go through the little mini buddy because it's narrow. You've got it, Virginia, and you love it. Oh, that's good news. Oh, yeah, I think it might be one for me, I think, for my events. So, I've got this one, and that one, and we'll just do it all again quickly. I'm so glad you could all join me on a Friday night. Let's take that one off there, because that's causing an issue. So nice of you. There we go. Pop that one on there. I think it's good for taking up not too much space. So compact. And there's an awful lot of dies that you don't need to have a big platform for. I think would be ideal for me. Oh, that's a bit close. I'll cut these out first. I should have thought of that before I stamped it. The dog's not in here tonight. You may have noticed a lack of his clattering about with his paws. He's not in here asleep. He is elsewhere somewhere, my crafty dog friend. He does normally like to join us. Right, I've got to put these all away tidily afterwards. But can you see the amount of dies that are in this set? Yeah, thanks for that, Virginia. I'm definitely going to invest in it. I was very tempted anyway. There's all of these beautiful ones. Look at these. Yeah. Let's move them out of the way and pop that one through, and then we should have enough. So tell me where you're all from tonight. Share with everyone where you're from is what I need to say. Oh. Your cat loves to sit on your paper when you stamp. Do you know, they love to be the centre of attention, don't they? We had a cat who always used to sit on the newspaper whenever you wanted to read it. If you had a big newspaper and you had to fold it out on the floor, they would love to sit right in the middle of it and you had never had a chance to read it. I think they just like to be the centre of attention. Jen's in Bishopston. Philomena's in upstate New York. Oh, we're a global group, aren't we? I love this. Oh, and there's another one I need to stamp and cut out, don't I? For the sentiment. Let's grab another piece of scrap. I'm in Aylesbury in Buckinghamshire, so I'm about a quarter of an hour away. That's about 15 minutes or so away from Jen. I'm in the same village as Carol, who's on here. Right, I've got another piece of scrap and we need to stamp our sentiment. Now what have we got? To a friend that makes me smile. West of Ireland. I've always wanted to go to Ireland, Kathy. Linda, you're in Maryland Sea in Essex. And you're down the road in Aylesbury. And you're in Minnesota. Oh, I love this. It's so nice that you're all here from all these different places. How nice is that? Love it. Now, we went for jade, I think, so I think we'll use the sentiment jade. You're in Wild and Woolly Wales. That's the best, Mum, Wild and Woolly Wales. Right, to a friend that makes me smile. I love this. And I am going to grab one of my other favourite dies just to cut this out. You don't have to, but I'm going to. I think it was the sweet... It was either Stitch So Sweetly or Tasteful Labels. Hi Barbara, you're not late. It's lovely to have you here. Look, these are the Tasteful Label dies, and I'm going to use the round one in the middle. You can tell I've been using it because I've got washi tape all over that one as well. You get a lot in these dies. Look, you get all of these. These are perfect for labels. These little ones, and there's another round one and a nice little banner one there. You're not late. Barbara, we're just sharing where we're all from. We've got upstate New York. We have got, where else? Remind me, ladies. Minnesota, Essex, Wales, Buckinghamshire. A few different places in Buckinghamshire. We've got Bishopstone, we've got Aylesbury. Yeah, we are an international group. Right, I'm just popping it through the cut and emboss machine, that little circle die around the stamped image. I really like that sentiment. To a friend that makes me smile. Love that one. So nice. Okay, now we can stick it together. And all I did when I made mine was I just arranged it around it so it was poking out, and I used the circle in the middle. And then I kind of arranged what I wanted it to look like, just how I liked it. So I've got the big ones. I think I put those on the top. South Northants. You're not far away then. No, that's fabulous, Barbara. You're not that far. That's good. Right, that's that one. And then I think I just popped these in and just kind of moved them around where I thought I liked them to go. I think this one needs to come over a bit to leave room. Like that. Tuck it in. And then these two, these are quite strong colours, aren't they? But I'm going to pop it underneath like that, and then bring this one over. And then it's just remembering where you've put it when you stick them down. So glue them in, but I'm not covering up all the embossing, but you can still see some of it there. Right, I'm going to grab my Tombow, which is great glue when you've done some embossing because it gets into all the nooks and crannies. It does bung up a little bit, so when you first start using it, just give the nib a little clean. I haven't been shot very well today. All right, so I'm going to take this one out and I'm going to go for the bottom one here, and I know roughly that it's going to go here, so I'm just going to put some glue in the middle and just go for that like that, and that one's going to go there, a little bit there, and just hope for the best. And then the large one. You saw someone take a picture? Yes, that's a really good idea. Yeah, that's a brilliant idea, Barbara. I sometimes do that when I make a scrapbook page because I tend to place everything before I stick it down firmly, and sometimes I have to take off so much that I forget how I wanted it. And yeah, speed up the process. I just take a picture so I can remember. It's a great tip. Thank you. So, oh, I can see that stem out from under there, even though I might bring that circle down, but I'll just top the end of it off. That's one way of doing it. I say, okay, so that's going to go there. I'm going to bring this berry one in. I don't know if it is a berry, but I'm bringing it in. decide what we're going to do with this one. Is it going to be like that? Yeah, it's a bit like that. So let's put this one down next. It is a brilliant idea, isn't it? Because you can place it all down, and we've all got our phones, haven't we, now, with a camera on. So it makes life so much easier. You just take a little quick photo and then refer to it again. Put that one on the top. We're going to cover up all the middle of those with the sentiment. I think just making a quick and simple card using different elements of a bundle is a really good way of getting used to a bundle, and because it can be quite overwhelming, especially when there's so many dies and so many stamps. This is an absolutely stunning bundle, and I don't think you'd have any problem using it at all. But sometimes you get a bundle home and you think, it's gorgeous, but what am I going to do? So just by making a relatively easy one, layering it up and playing with it with a sentiment in, can kind of start the creative juices going, I think. So there we go. To a friend that makes me smile. I'm going to pop it in the middle of our layer that has the embossed with a subtle embossing folder. Absolutely gorgeous. There we are. To a friend that makes me smile. And then this one is going to go on the top, just like that. Needs a new phone, yeah. That's it. Some people use their iPads if you have one of those. Some people take a lot of photos with their iPads. That might work. I'm a bit of a one. I take far too many photos of everything. Do you like this one, Mum? Isn't it a stunning set? It's Jen's, but I'm getting it. It's beautiful. Thank you. I do love white on white. I've actually gone white. Actually, that's not straight, which is very annoying. I've actually gone white on white again. So nice, isn't it, doing that? Not too fussy. It's just lovely. It speaks for itself, this stamp set. There we are. To a friend that makes me smile. Now, I've got some of these. These are Jen's as well. Her Flowers for Every Season gems. And I am going to steal a couple of them. They are too gorgeous. They really are. But literally just a couple. And I popped some on this one. That was the original. And I did a different green on that one. And I'm just going to pop a couple of little dots of glue. You can use the fine tip glue pen if you've got one. And your picky up tool. So I'm going to use this end. And I think I've got glue on the end of it. So as in dried glue, but it's keeping everything stuck to it. This has a putty end, which is very useful for picking up little sequins and little bits. Thank you, ladies. This was inspired by somebody on Pinterest. It's not exactly the same, but it was inspired. Now I've got to think about who it was. Oh, who was this card? I will let you know who inspired this card if it doesn't come to me in a minute. It's not exactly the same, but it was a starting off point. And I just love the layering of these two. She didn't use this embossing folder, I don't think. I think she used something else, but I just like that idea. There, I think that's it, done. And what did I put inside? Oh, that's right. Last final touch is coming up. We'll have a little bit stamping inside. So we need to put a sentiment. What have I done with the stamp set? Nearly moved it out of the way. Hi, Liz. Ooh, little bits in there. I'm going to use hello, because then you can write anything you like in there. To a friend that makes me smile. Hello. Hello. So I use the same ink colour as I used on the front to stamp. Now I make sure I don't get a halo, because I've managed to get a lot of ink on that. Yes, hello. There we go. Just like that. I'm going to take the blue one, re-ink it up. Sorry about my arm being in the way. Re-ink it up and just do a little bit of stamping inside. Like that. And I didn't use garden green, did I? I just used Just Jade, I think, and Granny Apple Green. I can't quite remember what I used. But this will be fine. Did I? Yeah. Just Jade and Granny Apple Green and the blue. Just a little bit of that. Just on the inside. So beautiful. There we go. One more thing left. Just grabbing an envelope out of the drawer behind me where I keep them. I'm going to take the flap of the envelope and I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on there. Like that. Just shut these up before I put my hand in those. I nearly did because I'm very good at that. And then Just Jade was the big one, wasn't it? So, I'm not sure actually. It doesn't really matter though, which way round. I think I'm going to bring this one in. There, just like that. Shut these ones up. Oh, lovely. There we go. There's your envelope flap. And here's the card. I like that. And here's the original. Hang on, let me just shut that little screen prompt I had. Here's the original. So it's very much the same. I just made the card and decided to repeat it. And all I've done is swap the greens over. I'm not sure if I like the Just Jade in the centre most or the Granny Apple Green. What do you think? Which one works the best? They're very similar. Just Jade or Granny Apple. So the dark or the light, which one do you like? Tell me what you like. And there's the envelope to pop it in. What do you think, ladies? Do you love this set as much as I do? I love it. There we are. Just Jade, Just Jade. It really pops, doesn't it? Yeah, I have to agree with you. Oh, and a great tip here that I'd never thought of doing this, and I don't know why, is these stamp cases. We used to be able to, we sell these in packs of 5, I believe. Jen's popped her embossing folder in it, and it keeps it lovely and neat and tidy. Really good tip. I like that. Just Jade. Okay, thank you. Well, I might make some more and use just the Just Jade because I like that. Right, ladies, thank you, and gents, if anyone's watching, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I know it's difficult on a Friday night, and I hope you have a really lovely weekend and you do something nice and fun, even if it's just going out for a walk and enjoying the sunshine. Yeah, do something fun. What to say, if you're watching me on replay, please let me know you're watching on replay. I love to know how people watch and if they've enjoyed it, so let me know about that. If you are watching me on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe because that helps me so much. Leave me a comment, please. I would love that too. And ladies, I will be joining you on Tuesday for Coffee and Cards, and I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you so much for joining me. You're an absolute stars, and I will see you then. And have a fab weekend. Thank you for sharing, Philomena. That's lovely. Thanks, guys. You take care. Have a crafty weekend.